Chris Lippe, and this is Scott McCullough, and we're here for another episode of Special Talk. Looking forward to it, talking about the Pelham Old Homes Day 5K. It went very well.
Yes.
I was very happy with the turnout, the event, the way it was put together. Planned really well this year, huh?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
The lieutenant, I just saw her on TV, and I knew she was working for the Pelham PD.
Yeah, the PD did a fantastic job. I was really phenomenal event, the way it was assembled and put together, and it has been every year. It's very important to get involved in Special Olympics and see what the different events are about. And it's www.sonh.org. See Special Olympics, what Special Olympics has to offer. Phenomenal organization. We have our show Special Talk. If you go on YouTube and you type in Scott McCullough YouTube page, you'll see Special Talk. And Scott has a card here, and we'll show you the graphics on it. It's basically, he's a producer, host, promoter, actor, what have you, for Special Talk. And I'm a co-producer and director of Special Talk, and we've been doing this now for 4.5 years, and year-round Special Olympics. And this year was a good year. This was a good year for the Pelham Old Homes Day 5K.
Oh yes, it was a good turnout, and hopefully people will do it next year. I'm challenging all my elected officials.
Yeah. We'll throw out a challenge to everyone. Kelly Ayotte made the challenge this year, and you're going to see in the show coming up that Kelly Ayotte was involved. She ran this year, as did her assistant, and she gets out and she supports Special Olympics. A lot of teams involved this year.
Yes.
Huh? There was the Nashua team, Plus Pride team. A lot of different people involved. Scott, who is the host of Special Talk, Jennifer Lassay, the co-host, was involved this year. How did you feel about your time? How did you feel about how you did?
I think it came out fantastic, and our backup co-host did an amazing job. He did an amazing job. I'd like to say thank you to Benjamin Demiris. He did a fantastic job with the interview. He's a little bit nervous.
Ben did a fantastic job. Ben Demirs, who is the son of Colleen Demirs, who coaches basketball and is involved in coaching year-round Special Olympics. And if you go on YouTube and look at Special Talk and look at the episodes, you'll see Ben Demirs, you'll see Scott McCullough in these year-round activities. But focusing on the Pelham Old Homes Day 5K was absolutely fantastic. I mean, it was really a great turnout this year. We were very, very, very happy. Now, what was the training regimen to get ready for the Pelham 5K?
A lot of walking.
A lot of walking, yeah.
A lot of exercising. And remember what the coaches say, no junk food. You got to back off on the junk food a little.
Right. Yeah, you have to have a very regimented diet and workout routine. How many miles would you walk in a week normally?
Probably 2 miles from my apartment to Subway sometimes.
2 miles, okay. In a week or in a day? You think?
In different days.
Different days, okay. So it could be anywhere between 6 and 8 miles if you walked 4 days a week, say.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's good. Now, do you work out at a particular track to get ready as well? Do you run quite a bit?
I sometimes worked out at the Y. Now I got a membership. Now I can work out at the Y till 2017, I think.
Awesome, that's great. So Scott has a very regimented training routine, and you're going to see that the dedication and it was absolutely a fantastic event. Now, what was your time this year? You did
32.02.8.
32.02.8. Scott did fantastic. You're going to see that in the upcoming footage. We're going to take you to the race. Again, Senator Kelly Ayotte was involved. Our co-host, Jennifer Lassay, who's been the co-host for over the course of 4 years, she probably had a personal best, right?
Oh, yes.
She was pretty happy with her time and everything?
Yes, and I got the times, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Senator Kelly Ayotte's time, bib number 98.
Bid 98.
She was 27:03.9.
27:03.9 for Senator Kelly Ayotte. She's been doing it for multiple years, and really phenomenal as she comes out and supports Special Olympics. Who else do we have?
Mine was 32:02.9.
32:02.9 for Scott McCullough. Did a fantastic. It takes a lot of training. Who else do we have?
Benjamin Damaris, bib 413. His time was 36.34.0.
Okay, Ben Demers, who's actually hosts this upcoming episode, did a fantastic job in the interview that you're going to see. 36.34. Probably one of his personal bests that he had.
I think everybody on this list did fantastic.
Right. And Jennifer Lassay, what was her time?
41:01.8.
41.01.8. Did
411 bib.
Her bib was 411. So you can get this information. You can go on to they can go onto the website,
yes.
Correct? So you can go on to the website www.sonh.org. Look at the times, or you can go onto, I believe it's Cool. What is it? Cool Running.
Cool Running.
CoolRunning.com, and you'll be able to see the times of the Pelham Old Homes Day 5K for this year, and it was a very fantastic event. How many volunteers do you think were involved in this year?
A lot, as Mark Thornton gave me a ride to and from, and they have a board that sets up this whole event.
Yeah.
From beginning to end, clean up, and it's an amazing event. And hopefully we can get more people that will come out next year.
Right.
And run or walk.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, that's what we're saying is we want you to get involved in this event, and when you see the footage, and you can go on my website, which is www.onthewaterproductioncompany.com, or you can go onto YouTube, type in Scott McCullough, type in Chris Vonderlippe, see the shows which are aired on Channel 96 and are going to be on Teleview, which is going to reach every public TV station in the country. Really, it's a phenomenal chance to be involved, help out the athletes, learn what Special Olympics is about. Yes. You know, because I think a lot of people don't know what to expect. I mean,
they can check out www.nationalspecialolympics.org.
Yep.
And the state website too.
And okay, so it's the state and the local website. Definitely check that out, and you'll get information about the year-round events that have been going on for a long time. I mean, I've been covering the show with Scott for 4 years, but Special Olympics has been around for forever.
Yes, you know? Kennedy Shriver made it where people with disabilities got treated different out in the community. Now they're getting treated with respect.
Coach Doty was involved this year.
Oh yes.
Coach Doty coaches a lot of different events, the year-round Special Olympics, and she was calling all the times and recording, you know, the final times for the award ceremony, and it was really They really did well this year.
Oh yes.
What's the toughest thing in getting ready for this particular event? What was difficult
Getting
for you?
up so early.
Getting up so early. But there's got to be some other things too. I mean,
Getting up early and trying to find the right direction on how to get there.
oh, okay,
There's 4 different directions you can get there.
right. So you have to be very regimented. You have to get up early. You have to walk a lot of miles during the week. When do you start? If this event is in September, when would you start rigorously training for this?
Probably right after like the basketball season, I'll start training and getting ready.
Okay. Yeah, so he's got a good 6 months or so to get prepared, and going to the gym and going to the Y and walking multiple miles every day, running on the track to be prepared, because Scott does track and field, so he really is very well prepared. Extremely well prepared for these particular events. I mean, does a fantastic job. So Kelly Ayotte came out this year.
Oh yes, Senator Kelly Ayotte, thank you very much for coming and supporting Nashua Special Olympics. We greatly appreciate it.
Right. Yeah. Thank you, Kelly Ayotte, for doing that. We do appreciate the fact that you came out and were involved as a politician. To be involved in the Special Olympics, that's a phenomenal thing too. So anybody can get involved at any level, and it's nice when state reps do get involved, and it's nice when other people in the community are involved and are able to. How did you do with donations this year?
I did. People can still donate up to October 31st, and after that our pages are down.
Okay, so you can still donate up to October 31st. Do you remember roughly what your donation was?
I want to try to get so many donations, and if we got, I think it was like 325.
325. Okay.
But I want to build it up.
Okay, so $325. That's not bad at all. And that's just knocking? Did you just go door to door? Correct.
Pretty much asked on Facebook, and people said, "Sure, I can donate. I will donate."
So
next week.
You can see that it's a lot of work for Scott to be involved in this. And how early do you have to start with donations? How early do you?
The page is up.
Okay.
Whenever the page is set up.
Okay. So once the page gets set up, which is probably what, a month or month and a half?
Yes.
Okay, so it's
before
about
before the event.
Right. So a month or a month and a half before the event, a page is set up to be able to donate, and they can they get in touch through the website to be able to donate? Okay, so they get in touch through the website, and they would specify how much they would want to give to Scott McCullough. And what are now the donations go for uniforms and equipment and training and travel.
And nice backpacks too.
Yeah.
Look, like the backpacks cost a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can imagine, because there are so many athletes you have.
Oh yes, I think Nashua is growing so big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Towns from we have people coming from Hollis, Brookline, Merrimack. Some teams, they don't have teams. Pelham, I never knew Pelham doesn't have a Special Olympics team.
Really? Yeah. No, sometimes what will happen is towns will merge together, depending upon if they don't have a Special Olympics team, or they'll work with another town, depending upon what it is. But yeah, a lot of Nashua, again, you have the Nashua team, then you have the Nashua Plus Pride team, which is completely different. Now, with the 5K, the athletes who are running and walking, are they called the Eagles or are they called something else when they're doing?
With just the National Special Olympics, they call it.
Okay, so it's just National Special Olympics. It is the Eagles in other events, in basketball and things
Yes.
like that. But in this particular case, it's just the Nashua team, and then there's the Plus Pride team, and then there are a lot of other towns that were involved. You said, what were the other towns again?
I think it was the town of Pelham.
Town of Pelham.
The Pelham High School was there.
Pelham High School
the whole
was there.
track team.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of young athletes, a lot of young high school athletes who came out and supported and did fantastic when we get to the actual footage in the race. So you got a youth movement in support of Special Olympics. Very good. Who else?
And so many teams that it was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal, the turnout, because the coaches and the parents, they want to support Special Olympics. They have that drive. They want to do that, and I think that's really that's extremely important. Was very happy with the turnout. And you said you felt Jennifer Lassay, this was one of her personal best times, probably?
Yes.
Yeah, so Jennifer...
People said, "Why did you do?" I said, They said, "Why do you keep doing this?" I said, "Because of this picture." I told them because of my mom that kept me going.
Yeah.
Basically, she kept me going. She passed last year, but with her picture, that's why I have it. Every time I do the 5K, I have her picture.
Yeah.
And it gave me luck. I said, "I'm not letting my friend beat me," and
right.
went right by him. I said,
Right.
You ain't beating me.
Right. It gives you that motivation to move forward. Sometimes we have that personal loss or tragedy or something like that. Something happens to drive us, and you know that your mother was in support of what you're doing, and you know, she's looking down at you and saying, "This is great. This is, you know," she wants you to have your personal best, and it drives you to that next level. And I think that's fantastic. You know, I really do. So was Jennifer happy with the money that she raised, you think? Or?
I think so. She raised a lot of money. I forgot what the heck that total was, and they're saying, "Wow, you guys keep doing fundraiser after fundraiser." I said, "It wasn't for," like they said, if my friend Parker Thornton said, if it wasn't for Special Olympics, he'd be sitting at home doing nothing.
Right.
And that's the same way with me.
Yeah. See that's what's great about what you're going to see in the show Special Talk is it's a great opportunity for Special Olympics athletes, just like Scott said, to get involved year-round sporting events where otherwise, oftentimes, what would people do? You know, they're working, they're not socially active, what have you.
Yes.
And it physically keeps you and mentally keeps you sharp year-round.
Oh yes, there's a lot of sports, and if you want to check out our website, right below www.nationalspecialolympics.com, nationalspecialolympics.org will have it on the bottom of your screen.
That's right.
Flowing.
Right, it's at the bottom of your screen there that you'll see it. Check out the website. You definitely do want to get involved. So we had other athletes. Ben Demers. You think he was happy with his time?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah. So Ben Demers did very well, and it was a massive turnout. A lot of high school students, a lot of middle-aged people in their 60s, what have you, who phenomenal runners. I mean, these people train, you know, as if they were training for the regular Olympics. I mean, some of these they're really in phenomenal shape. And that's why you want to go on the website. You gotta check out Special Talk. Check out the other shows. See what we have to offer.
Leave a comment on our YouTube. Leave a comment on our YouTube page.
Yeah, you can leave a comment. Let us know how we're doing. You see, it's year-round Special Olympics, and there's just so many athletes that were involved in this particular event. Senator Kelly Ayotte, Scott having a personal best time, Jennifer, fantastic with her time there, and Ben Demers and a lot of different athletes. Jesse Colville.
I guess he wasn't there, but I guess he had to work or something.
Okay,
Something came up.
well, Jesse Colville was not in there. What other athletes were from Nashua who participated? Do you know?
Scott J was supposed to be there, but I guess he was there for a little bit and then left.
Okay.
Vanessa was there, but
right.
I think she.
Josh Conroy. Conroy. You're going to see in the footage. He was racing to the finish line. I've never seen him run that fast.
Yes.
So he definitely had a lot of energy. Let's talk about the course. Let's talk about the actual course in which you do the 5K. Do you feel that it's a challenging course, or is it fulfilling?
I think it's a perfect course because then it gets the Talk Pelham to cheer us on, gets them to cheer us on,
right?
And seeing how Special Olympics athletes and they cheer us on, and they have water stations,
right,
every mile.
Talk about how the course starts and ends in terms of where you're running and how it works.
This year, I guess it started on the starting line.
Yep.
Normally we would be starting at the church and going around and going a long way around.
Right.
But they want to change it up every year.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So they change it up and usually goes in kind of a little bit of a circle. And this year, what was the most challenging part of the course?
Watching all this traffic. They stop and they lay on. Some people lay on horns and they wave.
Yeah.
That's what keeps the athletes going.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they got to have that incentive because they block off all the roads and everything. And again, what you're going to see a lot of people really going neck and neck in this particular event. Let's talk about the volunteers that were involved in this event.
Yes, it was amazing because they do a National Special Olympics as a committee. They call it the Pelham Old Homes Day 5K Committee.
Okay, so they have a special committee for this. All right.
They meet up before the event and they figure out how can we get the word out. Local media, local radio stations, TV channels.
Right. Yeah. It's great because there's always something going on year round. And Scott said it best, and he said it about himself, is that it's given him the drive to work out and help create the show, which gets people aware of what Special Olympics can do, which helps people get interested in fitness and working out, which at the same time teaches people about that Special Olympics is much more than just sports. It's about a community, it's about growing, it's about education, it's about music, it's about team building depending upon what the sports are. It's about helping each other out.
Oh, yes.
So I think that that's extremely important. And again, the website, www.sonh.org. And the other website is
www.nationalspecialolympics.org. It will.
Right, Nashua.
Both websites will be right on your screen.
Right. So you got both websites here, and you can get as much information in terms of the times and what the particular events are. So you were happy with the turnout,
yes.
Right?
We'd love to have more people come out next year. We won't know until the election's over.
Yeah, that's what's great about this particular event is Nashua Special Olympics is reaching New Hampshire around the state, and that's what is going to happen with Teleview and getting the special talk not just in Nashua but on other stations as well.
Like the Hudson,
right?
Litchfield.
Hudson, Litchfield, Salem, Derry, so that the message really gets out. And I think that that's
Oh
That's
yes,
what's
and more sponsors will.
yeah, more sponsors,
more
more people want to get involved, and they see the quality of the show. So the course was challenging this year.
Oh yes, but it was awesome.
Course was challenging, was awesome. Were there any hills? Were there anything?
No,
No?
there was a couple of them, but at least as I got right by my friend, and I said, I said, this one's for you, Mom.
Right.
And I kept going and finished right before my friend and
Right.
right on the button.
Yeah.
It felt good to.
It's always a good thing to have that drive of if you lost a personal one in your family, and that's what drives Scott, because his mother was so supportive of Special Olympics, as are the parents of a lot of the people who are involved.
Oh yes.
Ben Demers does a fantastic interview, which you're going to see with Senator Kelly Ayotte.
And he's going to be our backup co-host if either one of us get ill,
Right. Right.
if one of us get a cold or something, and
Right.
we can't
That's yeah. If somebody is sick, Ben will step in. Jesse Colville has stepped in the past, and again, it's primarily myself, Scott, Jennifer, but there are a lot of backup people who want to get involved and have been involved in Special Olympics for a long time. So again, everybody was having their personal best times.
Oh yes.
Everybody was having their personal best times, and that was what was fantastic, about this. You figure you had at least 9 or 10 different teams, right?
Oh yes. There was even the. I thought my boss was going to show up, but at least Antonio gave us a donation. And I gotta get his last name right. I know. I gotta
that's right.
mix it up.
You gotta have his last. Antonio works with the Holiday Inn, and that's where one of the places where Scott works, and Scott works at the Holiday Inn, helps produce, and is the host of Special Talk, and is involved with a lot of other organizations. You have no free time.
No, it's COELHO.
Okay.
Called. How would I?
Yeah, however you say that. Antonio, a shout out to you. Thank you. Appreciate what you're able to do, and donations or anything. And again, people can donate to Nashua Special Olympics up until October 31st,
Yes.
2016, and go ahead, because it's year round, and it's going to be year round forever. And it's important. The donations are important because in this particular case, it paid for the tents,
Oh yes.
it paid for the uniforms, it paid for the travel time. Because not all a lot of the athletes don't drive, so yeah, a lot of the athletes don't drive or can't drive, so it's very important. Buses to get people there. So the police were very involved.
Oh yes.
Yeah, the police have been involved actively in Special Olympics for a long time. Who was running this year? Police officers, do you know?
I think it was Baxter.
Lieutenant Baxter. Okay.
Lieutenant Baxter. But the other one, thought Captain Bailey's going to do it, but he was away on vacation.
Ah, yes, Captain
Bailey. He's away being busy.
That's right. Captain Bailey was on vacation, but again, it's great. Lieutenant Baxter was involved. Any other police officers you want to thank who ran this year?
I know some of them from Nashua PD were there.
Right.
They live in Pelham.
Yeah.
And this thing was amazing. And then I think hopefully we're going to have a good turnout next year. I think it will be September 16th, maybe?
September 16th, 2017 is the expected date, according to Scott, on the Pelham Old Homes Day 5K. Again, go on the website, check out Special Talk episodes that have been going on year round. We're extremely happy with this event. Scott had his own personal best time.
Oh yes.
He was able to pass somebody. The motivation of his mother drove him there. Jennifer Lassay, you're going to see in the footage, did absolutely fantastic getting towards the finish line. Ben Demers.
Oh yes.
Ben Demers was very happy with his finishing time, so that was phenomenal. Things worked out really well this year, and a lot of camaraderie because the town of Pelham with the Old Homes Day and the events brings people out to this parade,
yes.
And they have bands and they have music, and then there's also the race itself. So we're looking forward to showing you this event. Senator Kelly Ayotte involved is very gracious with her time.
Oh yes.
Very gracious with her time. I've videotaped interviews with her before. Thank you, Kelly Ayotte. This is a big thank you from both of us.
Oh yes.
We really appreciate your support of Special Olympics and the fact that you're involved not just in the Pelham Old Homes Day 5K, but you do other races. You do the Penguin Plunge, which happens at Hampton Beach in January.
And that will be February, I believe 5th, but I'm going to check with the state
Okay,
office.
so sometimes end of January, but February 5th, 2017 is the expected date on that. But again, just getting back to the Old Homes Day 5K, Kelly Ayotte, as you're going to see in the footage, did a fantastic job. We're very happy that you're supportive of Special Olympics, and you know, you really talk the talk and walk the walk. Oftentimes politicians or other people will say, "Oh, I'll come out and support Special Olympics," and then they don't, or they get busy and they mean to. We really appreciate it because we know how busy you are, and that's it's fantastic to get involved. So check out the website www.sonh.org, and you know, see how
check out the first one, and check out www.nationalspecialolympics.org.
Yep.
They'll be following right on the bottom of your screen.
Right.
One there,
Yep.
and one there.
Right, that's right. So we have both of those websites that are there, and you know, absolutely fantastic. Very happy with the turnout. There were easily several hundred people there. There were a lot of people there in Pelham, and it's promoted very well because National Special Olympics, they get the word out.
National Special Olympics is a non-profit organization.
Non-profit organization.
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Yeah, it's a non-profit organization with the state, and really fantastic. Check out the websites, the year-round events, basketball in the spring. You've got the Penguin Plunge, which is in the beginning of the year, you know, winter going into spring. Then you have the summer games, and then after that you have the Old Homes Day, and then Lead the Lanes, the tournament, which happens later in the fall, heading into winter. So there's always something going on. Check out again my website, www.onthewaterproductioncompany.com. There's a section, if you click on the client section, you'll see Special Olympics, and you'll see half of our shows are up there. So you really get a broad base of shows that we've had for the last 4 years. And go on YouTube, type in Scott McCullough, you'll see a bunch of the shows there. Go on YouTube, type in Chris Vonderlippe, and you'll see a lot of our Special Olympics special talk shows that are on YouTube. So.
Look out! I had to get the girls ready. Hi, my name is Ben, and we do Special Olympics for Nashua, and this is a special talk, and we are here.
Hi, I'm Kellyanne. I'm so glad to be here. This is awesome to be with Special Talk and with Ben. So great, and I think we're going to see Scott and Jen.
I'd like to ask you, how long have you been doing training for running all the marathons?
Well, you know, this is, I've never run a marathon, but I love doing the 5Ks like this morning. And, you know, I got to do this last year with you guys, which was awesome. So I try to run a couple days a week so that I can come out and do this. And this was really fun today, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. Great event.
And I'm throwing out the challenge to whoever is the winner for next year for any seat for elected officials.
I agree.
I'm going to
I
the
think
challenge.
whoever wins has got to come and do the whole 5K here for Special Olympics and the Pelham Old Home Days, right? Yeah. That's got to be the challenge.
Eighth annual Pelham Old Home Day 5K. My name is Talk Pelham. That's Jennifer Massey, and that's my backup co-host, Jen Damaris.
Hey, something coming
co-host and backup co-host.
We got awesome co-hosts here today. They all went out there and did the 5K. It was great.
And we'll have more details after this of the events. We got a lot of sponsors like Enterprise Bank, Washington Bank, the town of Pelham,
National Lions Club.
Lions Club. Everybody hopefully will come down to this next year. I'll be doing this next year.
I will be too.
I will be too. What about you, Ben? You gonna do it again?
Yes, I will do it again. Really fun. I'll be active and doing different sports. Really awesome event.
Yeah.
They said that she's a basketball player. She doesn't do basketball,
I can't.
but she is a volunteer, and I'm actually, next year, I will be official coach for skills at for the National Special Olympics team. I am actually being a skills coach instead of assistant coach. I worked my way up to coach for next year.
Great job.
I worked so hard to get it. Finally, I get to coach
what
the
events
kids.
do you like to do?
My favorite sport is basketball
Excellent.
and downhill skiing,
Oh yeah, I love that one too.
bowling, swimming.
Whoa, that's great. Those are really fun sports.
And it's what I do. I do search up there.
Yeah.
I do sports like hockey field, bowling, cross-country skiing,
Great.
and softball once I get my schedule open for that for next year.
That sounds great.
And I'm also, like my boyfriend Scott said, I'm also a volunteer for basketball.
That's great. Well, that's the awesome thing about coming down to this 5K, because there's so many different athletes here that do a lot of events, and you can come out and walk or run with us, right?
And hopefully you do the Penguin Plunge again next year.
I love the penguin plunge. I look forward to
It
that
might be a
too.
little bit cold, and I would like to thank Matt, the staff of the Senator Kellyanne's office, and I'd like to thank John for calling me and scheduling this interview for Senator Kellyanne.
Let's thank, we got some great national police officers here. It's really
Yes,
supportive too, so let's thank them.
Captain Bailey's not here this year. He's away. He's a nice warm weather.
Yeah, he is.
Awesome. Well, it's great to be with you guys, and looking forward to doing it again.
Oh yeah.
Thanks so much. Done a great job.
Back to you.
Thanks.